She's gonna kill him. Oh, gross.
Oh, Jesus. Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we will be continuing our reaction to the hit series Cursed on Netflix. We've already reacted to the first 2 episodes. If you missed that, there should be a link popping up right above me to the playlist. Go check out our reaction to the first 2 episodes. We're both quite excited to be jumping into a new episode, aren't we? It's been a few days, so we have our notes, so we're all caught up and we're ready. Another thing to say before, this is not a substitute for the show itself. It's just going to be our reaction, showing a few minutes of highlights from the episode, then we're going to be doing a review at the end. So go watch the show first, then come back, check out our reaction and a review for the episode. With all that said, let's jump into it. Another flashback.
Vicious attack.
Father?
Oh shit.
Oh, I'm sorry. These roads, they was pushing me this way and that way, and I said to them, sirs, please, I don't want to dance.
Never measure your courage by the men you've killed.
I won't.
Sometimes a man needs courage. Not to kill.
This episode's going to end with him sparing someone's life.
So he's not Uther's son. He's not a Pendragon.
Nope. And they call her name Nimue. Nimue. Wake up.
Wake up, Link. Wake up.
I have a way of spying demons. Do you know how? No. How? I just stare at them.
Yeah, that's not
Stare
creepy.
at them until I see through their faces to their real faces.
I'm so confused in how she's here and what's going on with her. She's like in the worst place ever.
Why would Arthur bring her here? I'm so confused.
Take him to the infirmary.
Stay away. Don't you touch me. Are you a mad woman? I can be.
I'm scared you're the one that snapped her.
I know, right?
Where's Arthur? Where's he gone? He's got my sword. Big Ray, where have you been? There's chaos out there. I'm sorry. Who is this? Who are you? She arrived last night. Last night? You're filthy. What is your name? Alice. No.
It reminds me of iZombie with the
The
things.
transitions.
Put the transitions into the zombie was cooler. And it
Yeah,
worked.
because it's more of a comic.
Yeah. Oh
The
shit.
blood witch done it to him.
The what?
Some faker. They had a dude. She made the roots come up from the ground. Strung up over like a puppet.
Fago. Yes.
It's inside him. Branches and things. It's not possible.
Well, he fucking deserved it. Oh shit.
Something in his mouth. Here, hold him down.
She's gonna kill him. Oh, gross.
Oh Jesus. Oh shit, is she gonna make it do something else?
Looks like it. Yeah, look at her face.
Oh.
Who are you? Give me the jug or I'll bite your fingers off.
That
Fair
works.
enough. As if she won't report that, like.
This confronted the demon in the woods. We all saw him and started to him.
We know Brother Odo was cut by the sword because around the wound was a burn, the shape of a face symbol.
Does he feel the same thing? Yeah, okay.
So he knows it's her?
No, but he can feel a connection and hear the whispers. Like she can. So he's looking for her.
I know you're here.
Can you smell her or something? Like, what the fuck?
Probably.
Who taught you this? Just a friend?
She's gonna rat her out.
Igraine, you must tell me where Arthur's gone. It's like the burn is inside of him. A circle within circles. Power drawn from the four elements. Water, earth, air and fire. How do you know that?
The enemy is here.
I want to know his story so much.
Yeah. You can smell her.
Sure.
When my
His
son
dad's, I
died,
guess.
I was as plump as a partridge. Now he wears a death shroud and I wear this silk gown, and we both waste away to nothing. The day Charles rode off to battle, Hector was so proud. I'd never seen him smile like that. He just kept whispering, "Honour thy father." And when they brought his body home to us, Hector would not cry. He just kept asking, how did he die? How did he die? Did he face the sword? You see, my son even had to die with honor. To Hector, honor is everything. To me, it is just a word. Here. No, it's all right. I can wear something else. It is of no use to anyone lying in that box.
Bring back our honor.
So he's like Zuko right now.
That's folly.
Well,
Without the burn.
yeah.
I also don't think he's a prince.
Why is this one guy so important?
Okay.
What is this?
That's Faye.
Who put this very nonsense on him?
I suppose we both did. None.
Why do you ask?
When we scourge the Fey village, we try our best to be thorough. Some do slip through the net.
We do not give sanctuary to fake kind here. I assure you.
No, of course not. No, not willingly. But you'd be shocked at how easily a son can pass for human. And the Abbey is one of the few shelters between Hawksbridge and Gramere.
Yes, it is. We've had known your rivals recently.
And you're conspiring with that devil. May God spare you the pain of a faithful child. I have always told you the truth, and you despise me for it.
Or perhaps it was the joy you took in tearing us down.
And yet, there you are.
Aww.
I won't tell anyone. Good. Not because I'm afraid of you, but because you've done nothing wrong.
Aww.
So you didn't mean it.
Anyway,
Like, you'd think that.
If it's so important, why would they just leave it unguarded?
Yeah.
Well,
You think, where's the guy in the black?
yeah, like you think he'd be watching, sniffing.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even look at it, just fucking burn it.
You should scrunch up. Burn.
Yes, burn.
Okay. Oh. Glory.
When you first walked in here, for a moment, I thought you were Charles. Walking in from battle to tell me you prevailed. Not dead on a field of war. You have a worthy weapon?
Oh yeah, that's totally worthy. But he's not worthy to use it.
He technically is.
Is he gonna recognize the sword?
Where did you get this? a sword won with honor.
Honor. Yes.
I don't like this. I don't like it. You know what this person reminds me of? The woman from Fable with the photo that talks to you.
Turns out Arthur has got a rich uncle in Gravere after all. You must be him.
Oh.
Pleasure, sir. Answer me.
I stole it.
I stole it.
Who's the new girl?
Oh shit.
The new one, Alice. Showed up last night with cuts all over.
What? Where's the sword?
I'm a sister.
What?
Really being introduced.
You were right.
It's a bit of a mix-up when they first brought me here. To friends. I'm Morgana.
Morgana.
She's evil.
Okay guys, so that was episode number 3. It was called Alone. And you can kind of see why it's called Alone, because everybody was pretty much alone in this episode. You know, Nimue felt alone, but by the end, I guess she wasn't.
Well, she was in
She
a
was
place
being
that she
helped.
didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So she was alone.
Yeah, I do like that the nun helped her and stuff. The main nun. She said that there wasn't a new person. Yeah. Anywho. So, what did you think of the episode?
I thought it was a good episode. You know, 3 episodes in, like from the start, you knew this was gonna be like a completely different take on everything than what I'm used to anyway from the actual show.
It's Nimue's story. We normally
Yeah.
see Arthur's story.
Yeah, but like even other characters are doing a lot differently. Merlin has no magic. Like I think as we're going into it, it's just you're seeing it more and more that it's gonna be a completely different story, and I'm okay with that. I'm open to it. It's actually like it's good that it's different because it was just all the same, but then it won't be really probably worth watching. Enjoying the take. I like the fact that Merlin has no magic. I'm just not really happy with like the scenes that he's in. Like he just doesn't seem like doesn't seem like he's doing much of that, and compared to the other characters.
Yeah, he's just drinking.
Yeah, and like that's like when the Merlin scenes come on, like that's kind of when I'm like I actually want to go back to the other characters, because so far all the scenes like are just kind of like they're not doing that for us. Like it is cool seeing them interact with the widow, and I like the voice and everything and the look of the character, but just that not too much has happened that's got me going like oh yeah, and I haven't seen anything to click on to Merlin as a character to be like I like him. And in this episode, I've seen Samantha took some notes, so she'll be going in depth with some of the things that happened, and I'll be talking about. But this episode, with Arthur, I kind of dislike this character
So far.
a bit. Yeah.
We're only on episode 3.
No, yeah, but I liked him a bit. But this one, like, he just made really bad choices.
Yes.
But it was a good episode overall. So, what did you think?
I don't like Arthur either so far. Hopefully he has like a good redemption for robbing her sword. I get it, he was trying to bring back honour to his family and all that jazz, you know, but he robbed her sword, lied about it, and then it was found out that he lied about it and he stabbed somebody in the heart.
Yep.
That's what happened.
He lied a lot.
And then he lost Nimue's sword. It's not his sword, and now the Paladin have it, which is like the worst place it can be. He lied, he robbed, he killed, and then he lost the thing he robbed. So yeah, I'm not very happy with Arthur either.
Like just leaving Nimue where she was in that Paladin.
The worst place.
Like imagine waking up there without any knowledge of why you're
and
there.
The first thing that happens is get slapped in the face.
Yeah, like it's like seriously, she thought she was staying somewhere, like she thought she was safe. Then she wakes up in the one place she doesn't want to be with no one she knows. Like she didn't even know Arthur too much, but like he wasn't even there. So she woke up her sword was gone. Arthur took it. She doesn't know what she'd be thinking the worst, and like literally all the people that are looking for her, she's right under their noses. So I didn't think that made too much sense.
It didn't make sense, no.
Especially because like coming off the episode, it was kind of like a weird jump for it's like what? Why is she here? What? This is like silly.
Well, I get that he brought her there because it was the first refugee place, and his sister is there.
Yeah.
That's why he specifically brought her there. But he also knows that she's running from the Peloton, you know?
He knows she's Fae.
He knows she's Fae. He knows that she's running away. He knows that they're looking for that sword.
Yeah, like even if he trusts his sister, which he does, that he'd help her. Like she'd make the right choice to help her. It's so easy for anything to go wrong and slip up or get caught. If someone, like he doesn't know everyone that's seen her. If any of the people there recognized her, like she would have been instantly taken and killed. Like he put her in the spotlight basically.
But her in a very bad position.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff with Arthur in this episode that we just did not like. So he has to have some redemption, like really some redemption.
Yeah.
And like, yeah. Then, the dude, the Fae dude, the black cloak guy.
Yeah.
He was able to smell Nimue.
Smell Fae.
Well, we already know he's Fae because of his eyes. Like we've already established that. But he's able to actually smell other Fae, which, like, okay, Nimue can hear voices intensifying, saying that something is coming, something bad, something whatever.
So he gets smells.
So he gets the smells, and maybe he can get the same kind of sense as she does. I'm really intrigued as to what his story is.
Like,
it's like, I can't wait for his episode.
Yeah.
That's something
like his backstory.
Yeah, his backstory, exactly.
Like he can't smell obviously directly because he still didn't know who or where, but he was able to tell that the presence of another
Fae. He found her dress.
Yeah.
Which is
weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was able to tell that the presence of another Fae was in the building. And he was the one that alerted everyone and got everyone on the lookout.
It was him, wasn't it? The dude in the black cloak. He brought the prophecies and the scripts to them.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was him. So he brought the scripts to them, to the Peloton, and all of the scripts were saying who the Fae line were, where they are, how to find each of the Fae. What's the word? Where they are, their locations. Sorry, that word just was not in my head. So where to find the Fae locations? To locate the Fae.
Yeah.
Sorry, my head isn't working very well.
It's extremely late while we're recording.
Always. So he brought them to the Peloton, and that's how they already knew they wanted the sword, but that's how they know what the sword looks like for them to be able to rub it on Arthur later. But Nimue takes those scrolls and burns them, which I like, obviously, but she didn't take everything.
Well, yeah.
That's besides the point. She didn't take everything, and it didn't look like she burned everything either. It didn't show her burning like the scroll.
Last one. Yeah.
It only showed her burning the locations and the people's faces, like actual descendants looking scroll, like a family tree.
Like, did she burn it, or is it
she burn it?
Reveal that she still has it?
She could still have it in her sleeve, or even like in her dress somewhere. It's very likely, like if it's something got to do with the sword and she wants to know about it, because she did look at those pieces of paper like she wanted to read them. So that's something that could come back up later, which would be kind of interesting as well, I guess.
Yeah.
My other thing that I wrote was, where's Merlin gone? Where do you think he's gone?
He's gone down to the ghoul people.
Well, all of the people that pushed him down looked like they had the plague.
So he's gone down somewhere anyway. What do you think? You know a little bit more. You know more.
I don't know a lot.
But you know more than I do then with this.
Yeah, with the story, the actual story. I know a tiny bit of.
Any ideas?
Story.
No.
No, I'm not sure. I'm kind of curious. The other notes that I have here are on like what things looked like.
Yeah, like
If you want to talk about that.
the fight scene, fight when Arthur is being confronted for lying, and they have a little fight. It looked like it was. It looked really slow. It looked like they were attacking like a lot slower. Like they could have
Yeah,
dodged.
like it was slow mo. It was like not even slow mo, because slow mo was like proper like.
It's not like
It was like they just slowed it down
yeah, it's like
a little bit.
It's like they were just
to
moving
put it
fast
off.
because they were, you know, obviously acting as like so they can just easily move and do their scenes, but they were just
Yeah.
I don't know, the speed of it just didn't seem
The
right.
fighting in general in this show, I don't like it. They had a really bad choreographer.
For that part.
No, for all of the fight parts, really. For the majority of the fighting scenes. Like, in the very first episode, we were complaining about the wolves and the ma.
Yeah.
And something else happened and that just didn't look right.
Mm.
And then, I can't really remember the second one.
Like, they have to look for the show, everything down, but when it go, like, the action, and like we said, the blood, it's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice
but
to have the blood the way the blood is.
They just need to make improvements to the combat, which
I
they
wish
still
there
could
was more blood
in future. Like sometimes different directors do different episodes.
Yeah.
So the combat could be done a lot differently in a future episode.
I wish there was more blood, more gore. Like there's scenes like with them taking the big piece of branch out of his throat.
Yeah, that was very bloody. I wasn't expecting
gory,
that.
But not gory enough.
Oh,
that should have been done way more. Like more blood should have been coming out the side of his mouth. There should have been pieces of twigs breaking off and falling out. It threw me off because I was like, oh okay, it's happening, but it's not happening proper. That's something that I'm really interested in, is the SFX of movies and shows. That's something that I
thought that was done really well though.
in.
Like that was one of the best parts I thought.
It just didn't.
Like
I know it's not realistic, okay, but it didn't look realistic enough to me.
No, but like compared to like all the other stuff that we've seen in the show and the blood, like this was like I didn't think
that was
we'd
probably
see
the best scene out of all the scenes.
Yeah, I didn't think like as graphic as it was, I didn't think we'd see anything to even that level after seeing the first episode.
That's true.
So I was like, oh, this is something different.
Well, in the first episode, we see people burning alive, don't we?
Yeah, but like that's not like you see that in other things. You don't see people pulling twigs and things out people's mouth. Like I was like, oh.
Well, I do because I watch stuff like that.
Yeah, but not in this though. Yeah,
not in this specific movie. Oh, it's a TV show even. But going by, like, I know how it would work, how they would do it. I know the SFX behind it and the visual effects behind it for doing the movie making parts. It would have taken a little bit more time and effort. Okay, so we just looked at it and it says 15s. The age is 15s. So there could be more gore, you know? It could be a little bit more. just a little bit more, please. I just wanted to see like mucus, everything would have come up. It was coming right up from his belly up, like other stuff would have came up. He would have puked afterwards, you know?
Yeah.
Like realistically, there would have been twigs, there would have been branches, there would have been little bits coming up with it. They would have pulled up some of his innards. You know what I mean?
No, that definitely would have looked away then.
I know. They didn't have to go into that much detail, but a little bit more would have been nice. Even just him puking afterwards would have made me be like, okay, well, at least that's realistic. You know what I mean?
I didn't know how he was alive with all that down him.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I think the Fae magic was keeping him alive to make him suffer more, to be honest.
With them pulling that out, that totally would have ripped more of his insides coming out.
Exactly. They would have cut everything up inside of him.
Splinters and shit.
Yeah, so, like, again, it doesn't have to be super graphic. And it wasn't graphic enough, but it wasn't graphic enough for my thoughts.
Like, because it was a set piece thing, you wanted to see like how they do it with the effects and the makeup and all that, like, because it's cool.
So I'm being harsh on that part because it is one of the better parts of the gore / like fighting things. You know, that is one of the better parts of it.
Yeah.
But still, it could have been done slightly better.
Also because it was on screen for longer than a few seconds.
Exactly, like it wasn't just a random like
and then
okay,
cut
done.
away. The person fell. Yeah, anything else?
The wound itself. The actual wound on his chest.
Mm.
So the main Paladin guy, he said the only thing he said about it was, oh, it burns. And there's nothing else got to do with it. He was very adamant to say all that did was burn him around the wound. But that's not all there was, and he's seen that's not all there was. It had all the swirls around it. And Morgana said that they were the symbols of fire, water, earth and air.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just an evil mark. It shouldn't just be called the tooth, the demon's tooth or whatever. It was more than that. You could see that, like, so there's going to be something else brought up about that, because it's not just evil. It's not just fire and suffering. There was all the elements in there. So that's something that I'm looking forward to knowing the rest of that story for, if it is all just evil and the demon and...
Oh, it's obviously
because that's all we're learning, because all we can hear is the Paladin's version of what all these fey things are right now.
Yeah.
Merlin will know more, the Widow will know more.
Did we mention that Morgana got introduced?
No, Morgana was introduced.
I was like, because we were really thinking we were about to wrap up, we mentioned everything, but yeah,
There's
Morgana.
not much to say. Like, Morgana started off to try and intimidate Nimue.
Yeah.
Or Alice.
And you find out at the end, but you're already speculating to kind of know it's obvious that she is Arthur's sister throughout the thing. Yeah, I think it's an interesting take. Hopefully she's not evil. You know,
I can't take any more of her being like just the main villain for 3 seasons.
If things are different, I guess having her being good for the show will be different instead of her being the obvious evil at some point.
If we get to know her girlfriend more and her girlfriend dies by the hands of Arthur or Nimue.
Imagine Arthur went evil and Morgana was good.
That's not going to happen.
I'm just saying.
That would go way away from the actual story.
Yeah, it's like a blueprint and they change
I'd say
it.
that's something. That's a possibility of what could happen.
Wow.
Morgana's girlfriend could die on accident by the hands of Nimue or Arthur.
When you bring up our girlfriend, I actually like that line that Nimue says when she finds out and sees her kissing our girlfriend.
Yeah, that was nice.
And she's like, I'm not going to say it, and she's saying, I'm not going to tell anyone because you're not
afraid of you.
Yeah, not because I'm afraid of you, but because you're doing nothing wrong. Because there's nothing wrong. So I really like that line. I thought that was really good. Yeah, so I think we touched on everything that we can think of about the episode. We said what we liked, what we didn't like, that we're interested, we're liking the show so far, and the fact that it's a lot different, like it's doing things in a different way, it's interesting, and there's a lot to discover and find out, see more about Merlin. Is Arthur going to redeem himself? And now that Nimue escaped the place, is she going to get far, or are they going to chase her and catch her? We'll find out.
I don't think they're going to catch her.
I doubt it, but they might. You never know.
Yeah.
Well, she has to see them again to get her sword back.
Is she going to save Arthur to get her sword back? Is she going to have to go back to that church to get her sword back from the Paladin?
All this extra work just because of Arthur.
I know.
You know? So
he made things so much worse.
Yep. So I hope you enjoyed this reaction and review for the 3rd episode of Cursed. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help the channel and lets us know that you like this type of content and would like to see more of it. Until the next video, we'll see you. Bye. Hey everyone, I just want to say thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to see more videos from me, click on any of the video links that are available right now. Go on, I dare you.